Origins and Prelude. The stage is set across the Greek peninsula, with Athens and Sparta as rising powers. Athens, with its burgeoning democracy, cultural achievements, and robust naval fleet, contrasts sharply with Sparta's oligarchic, militaristic society. The seeds of war are sown as these two distinct cultures clash over supremacy in the Hellenic world. The Delian League. Formed out of fear of Persian resurgence, the Delian League, led by Athens, expands its influence. The League initially serves as a cooperative alliance, yet Athenian hegemony gradually transforms it into something more akin to an empire. Fueling tensions and resentment, particularly with Sparta, the rival powerhouse. The Peloponnesian League. Unlike the Delian League, the Peloponnesian League, led by Sparta, is a more loosely structured alliance centered around mutual protection and militaristic dominance over Greece. Its members, although wary of Athenian power, are drawn together by Spartan military leadership. Thucydides' perspective. As a historian and general, Thucydides provides an invaluable chronicle of the war, highlighting not merely the events but the motivations and philosophical underpinnings that drive Athens and Sparta into conflict. His writings serve as a foundational historical record and a cautionary tale of the perils of hubris and power. First stirrings. Initial hostilities began as Athens and Sparta engaged in proxy conflicts involving their respective allies. The tension escalates through minor battles and territorial disputes that foreshadow the larger conflict to come. The Megarian Decree. Athens issues economic sanctions against the city of Megara, an ally of Sparta, sharply heightening the animosity. This act of economic warfare is a pivotal moment in spiraling diplomatic relations, akin to setting tinder to a burgeoning flame. The Corinthians' Fury. Corinth, a key Spartan ally and rival to Athens' naval power, grows increasingly outraged at Athenian dominance. Their ire serves as one catalyst among many in pushing Sparta towards declaring full-scale war. The Spartan strategy. Known for their disciplined military might, Sparta developed strategies focusing on land dominance, leveraging their unparalleled hoplite army to pressure Athens, which, in turn, relies heavily on its formidable sea power to counterbalance. Pericles' deliberation. The Athenian leader Pericles advocates for a defensive strategy, betting on Athenian superiority on the seas and fortified positions, including the long walls connecting Athens to Piraeus, as their best means of enduring Spartan advances. Outbreak of war. In 431 BC, open war erupts. The formal beginning marks a critical juncture in Greek history, with alliances tested and the battlefield extending across land and sea, affecting everyone from citizens to soldiers. The Plague of Athens. A devastating plague hits Athens, taking a severe toll on the population. The disease ravages the city, bringing about dramatic leadership changes as it claims Pericles himself, shifting the tides amidst the chaos of war. Pylos and Sphacteria. A strategic Athenian victory at Pylos and the subsequent capture of Spartan hoplites at Sphacteria showcase the growing unpredictability of war, shaking Spartan morale and altering the dynamics briefly in Athens' favor. Brasidas in Thrace. The Spartan general Brasidas engages in strategic campaigns in Thrace, proving a formidable force against Athenian holdings in the north and threatening vital Athenian grain routes from the Black Sea. Intrigue in Sicily. As the war stretches on, both Athens and Sparta look to Sicily as a potential ally and resource, further spreading the conflict. The Athenian expedition to Sicily becomes a massive point of investment and risk as the theater of war expands. The Peace of Nicias. A temporary truce struck in 421 BC. The Peace of Nicias leads to a fragile, tense intermission, with neither side fully committed to peace, and underlying tensions simmering just beneath the surface. Renewed chaos. The ceasefire breaks down as minor infractions reignite hostilities, and the fragile peace shatters, plunging Athens and Sparta back into full-scale war with renewed vigor and desperate strategies. The Battle of Mantinea. A major land battle. Mantinea sees Sparta gaining back its reputation for invincibility on land, restoring confidence among Spartan allies and demonstrating their resilience. The role of Alcibiades. Charismatic Athenian leader Alcibiades rises to prominence, known for his sharp wit, charm, and controversial strategies. His influence drives some of the more audacious Athenian plans, including the ill-fated Sicilian expedition. The Sicilian disaster. Athens embarks on a risky expedition to Sicily, which ends disastrously. The Sicilian expedition becomes a monumental failure, severely crippling the Athenian military and morale. Sparta's naval ambitions. To counter Athenian naval dominance, Sparta builds a formidable fleet with Persian financing, shifting the balance of maritime power and striking at Athenian strongholds. The role of Persia. With vested interests in Greek affairs, Persia plays a strategic role by shifting alliances, bankrolling Spartan ambitions, and leveraging power to influence the outcome without direct confrontation. Lysander and the Aegean. The Spartan naval commander Lysander gains prominence with his naval victories in the Aegean, proving instrumental in challenging and ultimately surpassing Athenian naval power. Athens under siege. As Spartan forces increasingly encroach on its territories, Athens finds itself besieged not just militarily, but economically and politically as internal strife exacerbates their plight. The Battle of Arginusi. A surprising Athenian victory at the Battle of Arginusi offers a brief glimmer of hope, but internal strife leads to the execution of its victorious generals, reflecting the intense political turmoil within. Aegospotami's decisive blow. The Battle of Aegospotami becomes a final, staggering Spartan victory. The Athenian fleet is caught unaware, and its destruction paves the way for Spartan superiority. The fall of Athens. Following their naval defeat, Athens faces starvation and political collapse, leading to surrender. The long, arduous war concludes as the Spartan siege breaks through, marking the end of Athenian dominance. Spartan hegemony and expansion. In victory, Sparta becomes the supreme power. However, the strain of maintaining an empire begins to sow the seeds of future conflict and internal dissent. The seeds of Thebes' rebellion. Despite Spartan dominance, dissatisfaction grows among its allies. Thebes begins to emerge as a future adversary, setting the stage for subsequent upheaval.